By 2050, we'll need to produce 60% more food to feed the world. But crop yields are already showing signs of slowing down.
For wheat, it's estimated that every degree rise in temperature will lead to about a 7% decline in global yields. So we've got big problems. The only way we're going to address these problems is by looking at technology, looking at the science.
Professor Peter Langridge is an agricultural scientist. He works primarily on cereals like wheat and barley, which account for more than 60% of the global population's diet. He's renowned for his research on DNA-based technologies that help to improve crop performance and ultimately yields. The technology tracks gene variants that are associated with traits such as drought tolerance and disease resistance. Breeders can then select the variants that produce new crop varieties with those superior qualities. Professor Langridge was among the first scientists to introduce this innovation to cereal breeding programs in South Australia. It's since been adopted by major breeding programs across the world.
For wheat, in the past, it took about 12 years from the time a breeder would make the first cross to the release of a new variety. With some of these technologies, we could reduce that time to 7 or 8 years. And that obviously has a big impact upon the rates at which you can achieve major advances.
Professor Langridge says that thanks to such advances over the last century, we've been able to reduce rates of world hunger despite surges in our population size. But the threats to our future food security remain large.
Declining water availability, issues around fertiliser costs and access, the impact of climate change. On the other side, there's some really good science that's out there that's being done by different groups around the world that can really tackle some of these problems.
Professor Langridge's more recent work has been about bringing those groups together. He's the International Science Coordinator at the Wheat Initiative, which unites more than 600 researchers across 47 countries to tackle food security issues. In one project, his colleagues in Italy developed a massive germplasm collection, like a library of genes for crop improvement, for durum wheat, which is used in foods like pasta. They made this publicly available, allowing scientists everywhere to access the material, as long as they then share the results of their research.
And our knowledge and information about those varieties has expanded spectacularly.
That ability to solve problems and make an impact is why Professor Langridge loves his job. As a Fellow of the Australian Academy of Science, he hopes to amplify what's possible through scientific collaboration.